Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just going to show you a few DIYs that I've done this weekend. This first one is a mirror, a couple of mirrors actually, that I got from the Dollar Tree. Every time I look at these, I picture a sunflower. So I decided that I was going to paint these as sunflowers. Starting out, since they're so dark, I decided to start out with just a base coat of linen white Rust-Oleum chalk paint. And I did that with both of them, just used one coat. Let those dry completely. After that, I used this yellow, which is an acrylic. It's Anita's all-purpose acrylic paint in Sunshine Yellow. And this is just what I had on hand. And I thought this worked out really well. I liked the shade of it. And I only used one coat on this as well. I liked being able to see some of the chalked paint and the lines. It just gave it some dimension and really made the petals kind of pop whenever you looked up close. And then for the middle here, I covered this with, this is the Folk Art Home Decor Chalk Paint in Java. And I ordered that off of Amazon actually for another project, and works out great for this one as well. I did have to use two coats of paint on the brown here just to cover up the white really well. And now that I have I had two coats of brown, let it dry completely, and now I'm using a dry brush technique where I'm just going back in with that Sunshine Yellow and just dry brushing that. I got a little heavy-handed in a few spots, but I'm just dry brushing that on to add a little more dimension to the center and make it look like more like a sunflower. And this really added a lot of dimension and depth to that middle area. It helped cover any imperfections as well. Now I'm going back in with that Java chalked paint, and I'm also using the dry brush technique with it. It's actually the same brush, and just adding a little bit of depth to the petals. Adding some shadowing, and it really helps those petals kind of pop. I was really happy with how this project turned out. I just kind of looked at a picture on Pinterest and come up with the idea, and I really, really love these. I have them hanging in my living room. But it is, like, you could use these in summer or fall. I love sunflowers anyway, so I'll probably use them year-round. I love them. Okay, so the next is the unicorn tray. This is I decided to make a little tray for my daughters who are 5 and 6. They absolutely love unicorns. So, I'm using this candle holder from the Dollar Tree, using the linen white chalked paint to paint it. Had to use two coats on it as well as two coats on these chargers. They also came from the Dollar Tree. After both coats of my chalked paint dried, I decided to add a little border to the trays. This one is Apple Barrel. It is Cameo Pink. It is an acrylic paint. It had excellent coverage. I really liked the way it looked. I only had to use one coat and then just touched up a few different areas of it, but it covered very well. And then on the bottom tray, I decided to use this purple. The color is Lilac Mist. It's in the Apple Barrel also. It's an acrylic paint. Now this one did not dry as well, and also didn't cover as well as the pink did. Not sure why, but I used a couple coats of it and still had areas where it didn't want to cover really well. So I'm not sure what happened there, but my girls were happy with it, so it was okay. Okay, so here I am going to attach the candle holder using E6000 and hot glue. And I'm just putting that in the middle of that charger there. You're seeing me try to salvage some of my E6000. My tube decided to explode on me on the other end, so I was trying to save some of the glue. And then I put some hot glue on there also to try to help it hold it on. Next I'm going to add just a little knob. I'm putting a little more E6000 there on it with hot glue, and add a little knob there to the center. And this little Follow Your Dreams, this came from Hobby Lobby. It was just in their crafting section along with this little unicorn. My girls picked these out when we were at Hobby Lobby one day last week. And the last one is a Goodwill Redesign. I found this tiered tray at Goodwill, and it's really well made. It's like ceramic plates, and it has like a screw or something going down the very center of it. But it looks like the top, whoever had this previously, like either the handle broke off or they unscrewed it or something. So I ended up having to get a different knob for it. But essentially all I did with this piece was just clean it up and paint it with the, with the Rust-Oleum linen white chalked paint. I did have to use 3 coats to cover this tray completely. And here you see I've already attached the knob. I just painted it and used the same technique using E6000 and the hot glue. And here I am adding the Rust-Oleum. It is the antique glaze. It just adds a rustic kind of texture and feel to the piece. I love using this. It really adds a lot of character. So I'm just dry brushing this on. It takes very, very little of this. Sometimes whenever I use this, I will use like a rag or something and wipe it to kind of blend it in. But this piece, I really wanted it to have that really rustic feel, so I didn't really rub it in or anything. At the very top here, you're seeing me, I'm using some of this jute twine. Sorry for the mess up in the lighting there. I'm using some jute twine to cover up. There's some of the metal was still showing after I put that knob on, and I really wanted to cover that up, so I just used some jute to cover it. And I decided to just do a little bow out of the jute twine and add it to the top. I just thought it would be something, add a little something to the tray. And then I just clip the ends off and it is completely finished. I have this, I do need to get some more smaller things to put on this tray because it is a smaller tray, to be able to decorate it a little better, but I love how it turned out. I have it on my entertainment center in the living room, but I really love it. And I hope you all like all of the DIYs, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.